Billy Bob's in the house. Literally in the house, in the headquarters. Hold on one sec here. We're making sure we're all going live here. I can see myself on Facebook. Hopefully you can too. Let's see. We locked up here. There we are. Now I can't even hear myself, but that's all right. I guess it's okay. Hopefully you can hear me. I can hear you. I can't hear you, but welcome. Welcome to Billy Bob's Backyard live at 5. And basically what we're doing here today, it's kind of, I said a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're testing because I haven't been on here for just a little bit. And so we're getting ready. We got a couple live shows, and we're going to do a live show tomorrow. We're going to do a live show on Wednesday, and I got to be ready. So give everybody a few minutes to join. See one area we're on and another area that we're not on. So we just got to get rocking and rolling. Happening now. Ha! Says I'm happening now. Are you happening now? How is your Monday? Is Monday good for you? It was good for me. I mean, overall, went to Planet Fitness. I trimmed the hibiscus in the back. Went to Home Depot. There's some things we don't have at Ace, like Pond Stone and what else? Sod. I needed some sod. I probably need another 10 pieces of sod. So I did some sod. I did some Pond Stone. Got a little white marble stone. Miss Billy Bob got a project out by the pool. Got some new flowers. Our streaming's a little off today, isn't it? I mean, that's what I'm catching. It just seems a little off. And I'm actually not catching everything I'm doing here. So I hope you are. So let's see what we got going on here. We have, as I said, we got some live shows coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to do a Sweet 16 show. We're going to have Knoxville Nate. Knoxville Nate is a regular on the OHIO podcast. I was on a show with Knoxville here a couple weeks ago with Bugsy, Knoxville Nate, and the Schrockster, Sean Schrock. And so I thought Knoxville is probably, of all of them, according to Eric, probably the best one to talk about the Sweet 16. I believe his dad went to Duke, and then Nate lives in Knoxville, so he follows the Vols, the Volunteers. So Nate played football in Ohio, but we'll talk to him tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we've got we're going to talk about the greatest guitar riffs of all time, and that will be with Acoustic Larry and the Dinger, Brad Oberding. So that should be a good show too. Different stuff. We got basketball tomorrow. We got, guitars on Wednesday. And hey, make sure you let your friends know if they want to hear a little bit. You may be ad nauseum about Sweet 16, but it's just happening, man. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. Thought we would. So tell all your friends, share with them. Acoustic Larry does it all the time. He shares my videos. I appreciate that. But share the group pages with your friends, invite them to follow along. Again, every day isn't something that you might want to watch. I'm trying to figure out what is actually the right amount of videos, and maybe I'll do a poll. Is the right amount 1 to 3 times a week, 3 to 5 times a week? I mean, I got something to say every day. Some of it may be meaningless, but I still have something to say, right? So, by the way, speaking of not meaningless, just checking to see why I'm not catching my live here, so I could actually, if somebody had some comments, I'd be able to check in on them. But I'm not. I am not on my phone catching. Let's see. Maybe it's in a different spot. Nope. Let me look at something here. Well, I got you all here. Let's look at something. Let's see. Okay, that one's unable to connect. Yeah, we're there and we're streaming there. So we'll turn that one off. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not getting it on my phone. But as I said, for the 32nd time, hopefully you were able to get this video. So I've been dabbling around in AI. You've probably seen some of that. I did some hippie stuff. I did a little Bonnie and Clyde with Mrs. Billy Bob and I. Surfer dudes, Billy Bob by the pool. And then my latest one is I'm channeling, trying to keep up with Afro Man down there in Southern Ohio. Did my own version. Acoustic Larry said I kind of look like Uncle Vic. For all you folks in the Leary, Ohio area, you all know Uncle Vic Bleckman. Good guy, Uncle Vic's Lounge. And Vic was a good guy. I knew Vic. Hadn't seen him in a long time, but back when I was hanging out in the Elyria area, I would hang out there and got to know Vic. So, yeah, little suit, little red, white, and blue stars and stripes suit. I'm going back and forth. I got my water. I got my big, beautiful Billy Bob Bud Light just right. So AI. By the way, the Billy Bob's Backyard Barbecue page, which is where I do a lot of posting, and I share my videos. That was public. We took it private. We brought it back to public. Now, the good news is for everybody that was a member, when I brought it back to public, all the content that is in there and has been in there will be available to you. For the new people that are joining the group now that it is public again, they will not see the old stuff, but they will see anything new. So just trying to build a bigger group, get more involvement here, and like that there. So that's new. That just happened last week on St. Patty's Day. Speaking of St. Patty's, I hope you all had a good one. We're going to talk a little bit about history here in a minute. We're going to talk a little bit about this little town in Ohio that is a huge pot town. Pot, like P-O-T, like cannabis. Let's see. Show new post. Why I'm sorry, folks. I'm not getting anything here, so I can't check out your comments on my phone. And if I do it on my computer, then I won't have my screen available to me. So, all right, enough of that crap. My beard, it's coming summertime here. Yes, it's sunny most of the time. You can see my face. I got burned today, apparently, red. But I was out in the sun quite a bit, as I said, doing some sod, some stone, trimming, and riding my bike. Yep, I rode that about a half hour. Um, so a lot of stuff going on. Got to work the job tomorrow, but tomorrow's show, just so you're aware, is it's going to be at 6:30. I'll put that out, an invite, an event, create an event for that, and also then Wednesday will be at 6 o'clock. You don't have to remember it because I'll let you know. But I'm thinking, is it time? Is it time to shave the beard for the summer? First part of April. Once we get there, we'll see. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll record it. I'm not even sure what the best way, because when you're shaving your beard, if you do it with a razor blade, I mean, every stroke, you're going to have to rinse your razor off, then another stroke, and you're going to dull that thing out pretty quick. I don't know if taking the electric razor, get the heavy stuff off, kind of like when the grass in your yard grows thick, you got to put your mower blade all the way up. You cut it, then you put your blade back down a little bit, then you cut it again. So we may have to do that. I just don't know, but I'll find out and I'll let you know. We'll see what we come up with. So let's talk about. Let me see if I can do this here. Going to try and split screen. Ooh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's all right. Here we go. Let's see. All right. So there's this little town in eastern Ohio. It's called Wintersville. And Wintersville, I never heard of it. I don't know if you have. It's over by West Virginia and Pennsylvania, right where that little confluence is. I actually been over there, right around Steubenville. So you actually have to drive through Steubenville to get to Wintersville, but there's no marijuana dispensaries because Ohio is a recreational marijuana state. But for whatever reason, no dispensaries in Steubenville. But Wintersville has become one of the largest, if not the largest, pot dispensary in the state of Ohio, because in West Virginia and Pennsylvania, it's still illegal as far as recreational. So they may have, I don't know, not sure, but they may have the medical, but they definitely do not have recreational. So all these people are coming over. Consequently, this little town has become like pot central in eastern Ohio, but pot central for the state of Ohio. And they're getting a lot of tax. They get a 10% excise tax. So they're going hog wild. But also, I don't know if you know this, the state house, I guess it failed, but they were trying to put a referendum together which banned THC drinks and most hemp-derived cannabis products. And, the state of Ohio, they keep changing. Remember when the law passed? It passed. It was on the books, on the ballot. They passed it. And then the state came out and said, well, yeah, it was on the books, but we don't like it. We're going to change some stuff, and we're just going to decide when we want how it's going to flow. And took them a while. They finally got a lot of it figured out, but and I don't know that Ohio has any more or any less crime or any more or any less people driving under the influence of something, which you shouldn't do anyway. But that's what's going on with this little state. By the way, in this state and history, just talk about a little bit of history. the first permanent artificial heart patient, Barney Clark, died after 112 days. So he got his new heart on December 2nd, 1982. And it was a team, not Christian Barnard. He did one of the very first transplants, but I don't think that was a permanent one. This was Dr. William DeVries. And the heart, it was a permanent artificial heart, and it was the Jarvik 7. And so he spent Barney Clark, 112 days in the hospital, a lot of complications, and had compressed it. It said he had much discomfort from having compressed air pumped in and out of his body. That would be uncomfortable, wouldn't it? I mean, it would be to me. So, but they seem to be in the 90s. The Jarvik 7 permanent artificial heart was used on more than 150 patients, and obviously it got a lot better. And then there was a new self-contained heart replacement that came out in 2001. So some interesting stuff there. Did you know that the word OK, or the acronym or the initials OK, were first published in 1839? Now, it's kind of interesting. Let's see if we can get a little more detail on this. So it was actually an abbreviation for a popular misspelling of all correct. And it was OLL, all correct. So that was a popular slang for all correct. And then so OK, all correct, or all correct. But during the 30s, it was a favorite practice among younger, educated circles to misspell the word intentionally. And, just like kids do today, right? They're, cool for cool, DZ, a lot of other things. But OK became OK in 1839. Now, just one or two other little ditties here. James Cameron. You know James Cameron, the director of the Titanic? The Titanic in 1988 won 11. I don't know if that's a record or not. Let's see. I don't know that it was. Oh, it was tied for the record for the most nominations with 14, joining All About Eve from the 1950s. But they won 11, including Best Director for James Cameron. An icon died on this day. Which icon, you ask? Elizabeth Taylor in 2011. Elizabeth was definitely an icon. So that's about what's going on in history. What else we got here? We talked about the pot down. We talked about history. We got a lot of nothing, right? But again, what was the purpose? Do you all remember from the beginning what was the purpose of this video today? A little bit of this, a little bit of that, and for me to get back in the flow. And now you can see, for whatever reason, the streaming is doing much better. And that, my friends, is a good thing. So, and hopefully when I get off, I'll be able to see what comments you had, if any, and then I'll be able to respond to them. But right now, no gots for Stu Gotts. So I think we're going to leave it right here. We're 20 minutes in. That's enough. America, land of the free, because of the brave. Stay focused, America. Billy Bob, peace out.